Ever heard a strange noise at night? Whether you believe in ghosts or not, these places are super creepy. Have you ever seen a house where toys move on their own, or heard about the ghostly figures that roam the halls of the White House? How about a place haunted by the echoes of 180 brutal hangings? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Snotriel. Today, we're diving into the most haunted houses in the world. From a house haunted by a headless ghost to the ghost of a former president in the White House. And don't go anywhere, we'll also explore a mansion haunted by a ghostly lady in a white dress. So, get ready, hit subscribe, and let's jump in. 13. Villisca Axe Murder House, Iowa, USA. In 1912, in the small town of Villisca, Iowa, a tragic event occurred in an old White House. The Moore family, along with two young friends, were all brutally murdered with an axe while they slept. This horrifying act left 8 victims hid in their beds, covering the house in death, silence, and mystery. Today, the Villisca Axe Murder House is known for eerie occurrences. Visitors report hearing children's laughter in empty rooms, seeing objects move on their own, and noticing shadows darting through the hallways. Some even leave with unexplained scratches, believed to be from the restless spirits lingering there. The children's bedroom is particularly chilling, where sudden cold spells and soft whispers in the dark are common. This house, marked by its gruesome past, continues to be a haunting site where the tragic events of that night are relieved by those who dare to enter. 12. White House, Washington, D.C. The White House in Washington, D.C. is not only the seat of the U.S. presidency but also one of the nation's most famous haunted houses. This historic building is a place where the past is palpable, and the walls are steeped in history. Staff, visitors, and even presidents have reported eerie encounters with past inhabitants. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, is the most frequently cited spirit. Many have seen him in the Oval Office and his old bedroom, appearing contemplative and spectral. One notable encounter involved Winston Churchill, who, after a bath, was startled to find Lincoln by the fireplace, leading to an exchange where Churchill humorously noted his disadvantage, and Lincoln quietly faded away. Andrew Jackson also makes his presence known in the Rose Room, his former bedroom, where people have heard his laughter and cursing, echoing his robust and fiery personality. 11. Jazeret Al-Hamra, UAE. Once a bustling fishing village, Jazeret Al-Hamra in the UAE is now dubbed the Ghost Town. Established in the 14th century and deserted in the 1960s, this silent village is being overtaken by the desert, with its coral and stone buildings, empty lanes, and vacant mosques fading under the sun. Walking through its narrow streets, you encounter a heavy stillness and the occasional rustle of palm fronds, feeling the eerie presence of former villagers. Tales of spectral figures in white robes and soft, mysterious whispers add to the village's ghostly ambience. Photographers and paranormal enthusiasts flock to Jazeret Al-Hamra, drawn by the chance to capture or experience something beyond the ordinary. They roam its ruins, cameras ready, in hopes of glimpsing its past inhabitants or recording the unexplained, making the village a magnet for those fascinated by the supernatural. 10. The Sallie House, Kansas, USA. In Atchison, Kansas, the Sallie House stands on a quiet street, looking ordinary from the outside. Inside, however, it's known for eerie paranormal activities linked to a young girl named Sally. In the early 1900s, Sally, suffering from appendicitis, was taken to this house, which doubled as a doctor's office. Tragically, her surgery started before anesthesia fully took effect, leading to her painful death in the living room. Today, the Sallie House is infamous for strange occurrences. Visitors report toys moving by themselves, lights flickering, and electronic devices malfunctioning. The most disturbing reports involve physical interactions. Guests often find unexplained scratches on their bodies, seemingly caused by the distressed spirit of Sally, who perhaps lashes out in confusion and anger from her unresolved pain. These mysterious happenings make the Sallie House a chilling sight for those who dare to visit. 9. Lizzie Borden House, Massachusetts. On a warm August morning in 1892, the Lizzie Borden house witnessed a horrific double murder. Lizzie Borden's father and stepmother were brutally killed with an axe in their home, leaving Lizzie as the main suspect. Although acquitted due to insufficient evidence, the mystery surrounding the case persists. Today, the house operates as a bed and breakfast and museum, preserved to reflect that era. Visitors walking through the rooms, adorned with period decor and photographs, often feel the heavy atmosphere of the unresolved crime. Guests report a distinct, unsettling ambience upon entering. Many experience echoes of the past, like whispers or creaking floorboards, suggesting the house still recounts its darkest day. Some see fleeting shadows on the walls or encounter cold spots, particularly near where the Bordens were found, adding to the eerie experience of visiting this infamous historical site. 8. The House of Death. Located on a picturesque street in Greenwich Village, the House of Death is a striking brownstone known for its chilling reputation, despite its inviting facade. The house is reportedly haunted by the spirits of 22 people who have lived and died there. Among these spirits, the most famous is Mark Twain, who resided there briefly in the early 1900s. Visitors and residents often report seeing Twain's apparition in a white suit, sometimes accompanied by a mischievous chuckle or a fleeting shadow. This eerie brownstone has been the site of numerous tragedies, including fatal accidents, suicides, and murders, all of which have contributed to its haunted status. These events have left a strong paranormal imprint, with guests reporting a range of unsettling experiences, strange noises at night such as footsteps and whispers, doors closing by themselves, unseen touches, and sudden, intense feelings of sadness or dread. 7. Carl Beck House, Canada. In the quaint town of Ontario, the Carl Beck House stands as a grand Victorian mansion, a symbol of history and hauntings. Built in the late 19th century by Carl Beck, a prominent local figure, the mansion was once a beacon of prosperity and familial love. However, over the years, tragedy struck the Beck family, and it's said that Carl Beck's spirit never left, still roaming the mansion as a silent sentinel. Visitors often feel a sense of being watched, with reports of a shadowy figure observing from the upper windows. The atmosphere inside the house is laden with the scent of old wood and secrets, creating an air of anticipation as if the walls are ready to share old tales. The grand staircase, where Carl Beck reportedly died, sometimes echoes with faint, untraceable footsteps. These ghostly encounters are most profound at night, when the house's dimly lit corridors cast long shadows, bringing the mansion eerily to life. 6. Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia. The Monte Cristo homestead in Geneva, built in 1885 by the wealthy Crawley family, embodies Victorian grandeur with its imposing facade and intricate iron lacework. Originally a bustling farm, the homestead has been shadowed by tragedy, leaving behind tales of eerie occurrences. The Crawley family's history is marred by unfortunate deaths, including a young child who fatally fell down the stairs and a maid whose suspicious balcony fall suggests she might have been pushed. These events have reportedly left restless spirits wandering the property. Today, visitors and caretakers report numerous paranormal activities. The most frequently cited ghost is Mrs. Crawley, the family matriarch, seen in black attire, haunting her old bedroom and balcony, as if still overseeing the household. The homestead is also alive with whispers, phantom footsteps in empty rooms, and mysteriously self-operating lights, all adding to its haunted reputation. 5. The Skirrid Mountain Inn, Wales, UK. The Skirrid Mountain Inn, nestled at the foot of Skirrid Mountain in Wales, boasts over 900 years of history, making it one of the oldest pubs in the region. It has served various roles, from a courtroom to a site of 180 hangings, deeply intertwining with Wales' tumultuous history. The inn's grim past as a courtroom is still evident today. The original oak beam used for executions hangs over the staircase, creating a heavy atmosphere filled with the echoes of the past. The ghost of Judge Jeffreys, the infamous hanging judge, is said to haunt the inn, with visitors reporting sightings of his stern figure reflecting on his severe rulings or roaming the upper floors. Additionally, the spirit of a sorrowful former maid is felt throughout the inn, her presence marked by sudden chills and the sound of her skirt rustling, adding a touch of tragedy and mystery to the historic inn. 4. Loftus Hall, Ireland. Loftus Hall, situated on the Hook Peninsula in County Wexford, Ireland, has a haunting history stretching over 600 years. The mansion is infamous for a chilling legend from the 18th century, when the devil reportedly visited during a card game with the Tottenham family. A young woman named Anne Tottenham noticed the stranger's cloven hooves, screamed, and the devil vanished through the roof, leaving an irreparable hole. Anne's spirit, troubled by the encounter, is said to haunt the hall along with the nasty presence of the stranger. Visitors report creepy drafts, shadowy figures in the tapestry halls, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Photos often capture ghostly wisps, enhancing the mansion's spooky reputation. Loftus Hall embraces its haunted past by offering tours and nighttime paranormal investigations, providing a deep dive into its legends and an immersive experience of its ghostly atmosphere. 3. Dragsholm Slot, Denmark. Dragsholm Slot in Denmark dates back to the early 1200s and has served as a palace, fortress, and prison. It's haunted by 3 ghosts: the White Lady, the Grey Lady, and James Hepburn, the 4th Earl of Bothwell. The White Lady, a noblewoman who fell in love with a commoner, was imprisoned by her father within the castle walls where she died. Centuries later, a skeleton in a white dress was found in the castle, confirming her legend. The Grey Lady was a healer who continues to comfort the sick and offer a calming presence. Bothwell, imprisoned for his ties to Mary, Queen of Scots, died under harsh conditions. His ghost is seen riding his horse around the grounds at night. These spirits each add a layer of haunting history to Dragsholm Slot, making it a place of intrigue and spectral sightings. 2. The Lemp Mansion, Missouri, USA. The Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, built in the late 19th century, was home to the wealthy Lemp family, known for their brewing company. Beneath their success lay tragedies, including multiple family suicides within the mansion, contributing to its reputation as cursed. The family patriarch, William Lemp Sr., was the first to take his life, devastated by his favorite son Frederick's death. This set a precedent, followed by his son William Jr., his sister Elsa Lempright, and later Charles Lemp, each adding to the mansion's legacy of sorrow. Now a restaurant and inn, the Lemp Mansion is famed for its paranormal activities. Visitors report unexplained footsteps, rustling Victorian dresses, and self-operating doors, especially near the staircase where William Sr. died and the attic once home to the hidden monkey face boy. Overnight guests often hear whispers and see apparitions in period attire, suggesting the Lemp spirits linger in their former home. 1. KNEI number 81, Beijing, China. KNEI number 81, also known as the KNEI Church, is a mysterious and imposing structure in Beijing, rumored to be cursed by its tragic past. According to legend, a British priest who built the house in the early 20th century disappeared suddenly, leading to a series of misfortunes for those connected with the mansion. The most haunting story involves his Chinese wife who, left behind, is said to have hanged herself in despair within the mansion's walls. It's believed her spirit still roams the corridors, marked by cold drafts and eerie sounds. Over time, the mansion has deteriorated, with its once lavish interiors now faded and peeling, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Visitors and paranormal investigators report a strong sense of sadness and fear, and photographs occasionally capture blurs or shadows, thought to be the manifestation of the lonely wife spirit, still waiting for her husband's return. Thanks for joining us on this spooky journey through the world's most haunted houses. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next episode.